All right, welcome. Today's is my topic is being selective and having thicker skin when you are growing your business. So I wanted to talk about this topic because it's twofold. You know, one of the things that I do with my clients is I help them attract more clients, more leads into their business so that they can, have clients to work with that they can help experience the transformation that they desire to experience. And so part of how I attract clients is through prospecting. So I might reach out to folks who I genuinely have an interest in working with. So these are folks who, I've checked them out online. Maybe they have interacted with me on some of my content, and I feel like I could possibly help them. So I typically will reach out to folks, again, who I am genuinely interested in. So this means I'm being very selective. I don't reach out to everyone, just a certain few. And what I notice is that, even when you reach out to someone, and it is someone that you think that there could be a connection with, not everyone responds positively. Some people are great. They're yes or no. They're either excited or, they have some other reason why they're not interested in moving forward, which is fine. And then occasionally you get the folks who, they can't just simply say no. They have to put some extra into it, right? And I find those folks to be the most fascinating, because there was a time when I used to get very triggered by those folks. Like, I didn't understand why they would respond in a negative way versus simply saying no. And what I've remembered is that, every conversation that we have with another person is actually a conversation that we're having with ourselves. And oftentimes the people who appeared to come across the most negatively were the ones who I believe may have been struggling with communicating what they really wanted to say in a direct way. And so they tend to be kind of passive aggressive. They may throw a little dig in there or whatever when they respond. And so that just is an indication that they're struggling with their own stuff. And it's important that we remember that and that we have thick skin about it, so we don't take it personally. We don't think, this means that, you shouldn't prospect, you shouldn't reach out to people. They're not going to be receptive, because I've gotten lots of clients from this method, and my clients have as well. So it's really important that you are aware that how people respond to you is always about them. Now, yes, people are our mirrors, right? So they could be reflecting back to you some belief that you have if you notice a pattern. But at the end of the day, everyone is responsible for how they choose to react or respond to any kind of stimulus, right? So if you reach out to someone and their response to you feels negative to you, then that's coming from them, right? You obviously are owning your own feelings, right? So you are responsible for how you choose to feel when they respond in whatever way they respond. But you're not responsible for how they perceive your message, right? Now, does this mean that we don't have to make sure that our message resonates with people? No, that's part of our work. We have to make sure that what we are sharing with people resonates with them. I ask a lot of questions so that I could be clear about what's going to resonate with people. So there's different styles of reaching out to folks, but it's important that no matter how someone responds to you, whether it's, if you're prospecting, whether it's, people responding to your emails, or people getting on a breakthrough session with you and being closed off or reacting in a way that doesn't come across as that they're coachable, right? That they're willing to receive your information. You have to have thick skin. You can't take it personally. You can't let that allow you to shut down and think that, what you're doing is wrong, right? Because even if you said something that offended another person, the offense is within the other person. You have no way of knowing, unless the intention is to upset someone, but you really have no way of knowing if what you say will offend, right? So the other person's responsible for how they choose to respond to you. They could simply, even say, listen, I don't appreciate, I wouldn't even say that. I felt X when you reached out to me. And that's them taking responsibility for how they feel, right? Versus, which is what most people do, it's like a projection. It's, you did this, you didn't do this, right? And that creates a lot of conflict. It creates a lot of drama. And we just have to know that there are a lot of people in the world who operate in this way. And so our role as coaches, as mentors, as experts, is to manage our own feelings and responses. So managing doesn't mean stuffing down. It means feeling what you feel, right? Honoring those feelings, choosing to express them or not express them, right? But dealing with that and then responding to people appropriately, taking responsibility for how you feel and responding to people appropriately, or choosing not to respond, right? Because sometimes, you know, when again, being selective with who I reach out to and clients I serve, you know, if somebody reaches out to me very negatively or responds to me in a negative way, there are times when I don't respond because it's clear that at that point, I'm not interested in working with that person, because if the response comes back and I feel that it is a closed response, it is not opening, it's not open or inviting, then that's not a person that I would want to do business with anyway. And so I typically wouldn't even respond. So just think about that for yourself when you are prospecting, when you are, you know, experiencing people commenting on your posts, when you are in your breakthrough sessions with folks. You want to really pay attention to how people are responding to you. And if the response is great, good, that could probably be a client. If the response isn't great, make sure you have thick skin so that you can choose appropriately, right? You don't just react from an emotional place. I hope that's clear. So if you have any questions about what I shared today, please feel free to reach out to me. If you are wanting to figure out how to attract clients into your business more consistently, go to DesireeStafford.com/session to get signed up for us to chat. And until we speak, I hope you're up to big, bold things in your life and in your business. Take care.